Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Football Analytics. Today we're going to be covering La Liga, Premier League, and the Serie A for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be dropping also a video tomorrow specifically for the Bundesliga and the French League. Now guys, hit the thumbs up on this channel, subscribe if you need to, if you enjoyed the value that I provide you in this odds. As you know, on this channel we try to focus on betting specifically on goals and also single games, and we're trying to get odds closer to 2. So a bit lower, a bit higher, but at the end of the day, we try to balance them out. Now, let's start off with the La Liga. We actually had a pretty good day in La Liga. About a day ago, we had a couple of games there that went through. We had Valencia over 1. We had Bilbao to score live, but we couldn't cash that if you were taking it past the 65th minute, guys. As I always say, if we're going to bet on favorites, we have to wait for odds closer to 2. And usually that happens around the 65th minute, maybe sometimes 70th, if that's really if we're talking about like Barcelona and Real Madrid. So, and we also got, Villarreal against Sevilla. Yeah, this game, Villarreal scored in the end. They're doing fantastic. We're also going to discuss them this weekend. So, yeah, overall, La Liga was good. Now, hopefully we continue that streak. And let's go in straight to Girona Espanyol. I'm not doing these two games because it's too late already. I'm recording this. They're dropping in a couple of hours. So now, Girona Espanyol. So first of all, Girona is the worst team by far in the La Liga so far. 3 goals scored, 16 goals conceded. They've been all over the place. We've been taking against them as well. But impressively enough, they got a point against Bilbao. They were winning that game, and then Bilbao scored in the second half. But Espanyol, guys, look at this. I love this. 2 games in a row that they haven't won. So they haven't won at all so far in the La Liga away, I'm talking, because at home, they've been one of the better teams. Look at that at home. Yeah, they got 10 points, even though they played one more game over everybody. So basically, guys, I like the value of the odds in this game. If I don't know what the bookies are cooking for us here, it's a 3 for Espanyol. But as I said, we only bet on goal market. By the way, get a website that has over 1 bet, because my tip is going to be Espanyol over 1. And the odds are close to 170 currently, which is insane value for 1 freaking goal from Espanyol. But over 1 means a refund. I link down below websites that have the over 1 bet specifically on my Telegram channel. So check that out. So over 1, Espanyol odds currently at 168. Also, if they score 2 goals, that's when you win the bet. That's why I feel like this bet is OP. Like, look at their home streak. They conceded 4 against Levante, 2 against Sevilla, and 3 against Vallecano. And you're telling me that Espanyol, yeah, look at that. They started off really well. They lost to Real Madrid, and they drew right in the end against Valencia. We had Valencia that game. For also great odds. So yeah, first tip, guys, Espanyol, you gotta go with it. 1 goal, 1 freaking goal from Espanyol, and then we see how it plays out. Hopefully they score 2. Now let's go straight to let's do La Liga first. This is on Saturday, because we only got 1 game on Friday. Mallorca Alaves. Again, Mallorca, just like Girona, they're one of the worst teams in La Liga. Look at that. 2 draws, 4 losses, and they shouldn't be in this position. I feel like Mallorca had some tough games. Like, they played 1-1 against Atletico. They barely lost to Sociedad. So all of their games are really close. Look at that. 2-1 against Real Madrid, 3-2 against Espanyol. And Alaves, this is a tough team to bet on, guys. Look at that. Everything away. Look at that. Under 2.5 every single game. Almost every single game. But yeah, Alaves, we know how it is. Like, teams like Getafe, Alaves, it's locked under 2.5. But in this case, guys, at home, I feel like Mallorca is still a decent team at home. The value here is crazy, though. 185 right now for over 1 goal at home for Mallorca against Alaves. I do believe they're going to score 1. Let's see about 2. So that's going to be my second pick. Hopefully, Muriqi cooks up. He didn't get a red card, right? Every single time I check Muriqi, he's usually their goal scorer. He always gets a red card, but I think he's going to be playing this game. Now, let's move on in the La Liga. This is also Saturday night game. Villarreal, Bilbao. Villarreal, one of the more impressive teams currently in the La Liga. While Bilbao have been slacking. I'm always trying to get a goal for Bilbao. And also this game, guys, I'm not going to lie. I feel like the value is really good here. The bookies are giving us, again, odds 2 for over 1 at Bilbao. But you know what? This game, I'm not going to go for it. I'm just going to sit one out for Bilbao. I feel like they're going to get back on track. I feel like on paper, they're too good of a team to having these last results. Like, look at that. That's just absolutely horrible from Bilbao. Only 1 goal in the last 5 games. I do believe, guys, they're going to be scoring against Villarreal, but I'm not going to be taking. I'm just going to sit this one out. But if you want to take it, go for it. The odds are great. It's at 2 for Bilbao over 1. Also, Villarreal have been shaky a bit. The last 2 games, these ones where they won 2-1, they've scored right in the end in both of those games, and that was against weaker opponents in Sevilla or Osasuna. So we should have a great game. I have one game for you on Sunday to close out La Liga, and that's Elche against Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo, you know, guys, look at this. The craziest streak so far in the top 5 leagues. 5 straight games, 1-1 BTTS. And we took last week on Vallecano to score over 1. Odds were over 150, but like it wasn't great. I thought Vallecano was going to score 2 goals, but yeah, again 1-1 from Celta. In this case, guys, I'm showing you one streak that I like. This one, Elche. I think they're overperforming. Look at that. They haven't conceded in 2 consecutive games. I feel like Celta might score in this game. Odds are currently at 170. I think the value here is good. Celta is one of the only teams that still haven't won in the La Liga. So it's Celta, Mallorca, and Girona. By the way, also this streak, I forgot to mention, only 3 teams still haven't lost this season. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Elche. So this is something to look forward to because they're going to be catching an L soon enough. So yeah, my value here is at 170 over 1 goal, guys. So go for it if you like. Serie A. My favorite league to bet on. Last weekend was freaking horrible in Serie A. I'm not going to lie. I feel like looking back at the tips that I gave you, I always tell you we have to bet on equal teams. I think I pushed there a bit. I feel like we got good value on Udinese against Milan, but Milan just showed up. And let's start with Milan here, guys. I'm not a hater, but the value once again is too good here. Milan against Napoli. Look at the line right now for the champions of Italy. The most complete team of Italy right now is Napoli. Odds 320 against the Milan team who's been playing so solid defensively. Guys, I love this bet. I really love. I feel like Napoli is going to be scoring at least 1 goal in San Siro. I think Milan are not ready enough to play to fight for Scudetto. It's going to be between Napoli, maybe Inter if we decide to join the race, but we shall see. The value is too good here, guys. Napoli is one of those teams. They just lost to Man City away. Where are they going to go back-to-back losses away? Like, look at this. The only team in Serie A that won every single game. I feel like Milan is going to be conceding. I think that's money in the bank. We got to go with Napoli here. Let's go. Wait, was that Sunday? Yeah, sorry, guys. I have to go all the way back to Saturday because I got some Serie A games that I want to talk about. Not necessarily you have to take it, but we got value of Atalanta at 223 against Juventus. A Juventus team who's been conceding like crazy the last 2 games. That was against Dortmund, insane game, and against Inter. What did they do last game? Yeah, also against Verona. So that's 3 games in a row. That's what dangerous. Juve is usually a solid team defensively. They started off the season very low scoring in typical Juve fashion, but Atalanta's been on a row. Besides the PSG loss, they won 3-0 and 4-1. Can they score 1 against Juve? The odds 223 right now on Atalanta is great value. By the way, I'm not going to be taking this game, so I just wanted to talk about it. If you decide to go with Atalanta, I approve. Now, Cagliari Inter, I'm just going to skip it. I decided I'm not going to be taking much Inter this year because I'm emotionally involved with Inter too much that sometimes I give you the wrong pick, and I don't want to do that. So Cagliari value, by the way, at 154 to score against Inter, and we've been absolutely shit defensively. Looks like we're getting back on track a bit with the Kivo ball, and but let's see, guys. Yeah, let's skip that. Now, Sunday morning, Sassuolo Udinese. By the way, it's a morning game. Morning in Italy could be tricky, could be an under 1.5 type of game. But once again, guys, Udinese, look at this. Like, away. I don't know what happened to them against Milan. They just played against Palermo recently, so they might be a bit tired. Sassuolo is a newcomer in the Serie A, but I feel like Udinese, 1 goal value here is very good. It's at 190, guys. Like, Serie A, we're getting good odds from bookies. I'm not going to lie on Serie A. That's another like game to take, I think. The only danger here is that it's at 12:30. Anything can happen. But 1 goal from a Sassuolo team, like look at there. They lost 3-0 to Como, 2-1 to Inter. Then they beat Lazio at home, which is impressive. And I doubt they're going to go back-to-back victories at home without conceding, especially. They lost 3-2 to Cremonese, 2-0 to Napoli. So they're one of those teams that will be fighting for the relegation battle so far. So only 1 win, 3 losses. Guys, Udinese, you know what? A bit of a risk because it's a 12:30 game. But 190 is too good to pass up. Now, we move on in Italy. Let's get back to favorites. Let's see what we have right now in Italy. Roma Verona, I'm going to tell you straight about this game. I'm a Roma hater. I feel like they're overrated. We had Nice yesterday over 1. They managed to score 1 goal, but not 2, so that was a refund. But the thing is about Roma, they've been playing a lot of clean sheets in the Serie A. And they might concede, guys. Like, look at that. The 1-0, yeah, they had all under 1.5 games in the Serie A. There needs to be BTTS game. By the way, Verona already scored against Juve last game. That's why it's dangerous. I saw one of my followers put for Verona to score against Juve, and it was great value. It was odds 2, I believe, for a simple goal, and that's the same value we're getting here. But to me, these are not equal teams. But can Verona score? Surely enough. But I'm not going to be taking this game. Pisa Fiorentina now. I feel like Fiorentina soon enough is going to start winning games and climbing up in the top 10 places in Italy. So yeah, they had BTTS games where they lost. I feel like Fiorentina is not going to be losing this one, but honestly, I don't care. They can lose this one as long as they score at least 1 goal to get a refund. I like Fiorentina here. Value is a bit smaller, obviously, than Udinese. 160 odds right now for over 1. Let's go with Fiorentina here. Now, to wrap up the Serie A, we got one more game. And that's going to be, let's see, hold on. Yeah, Lecce Bologna. It's at 6 o'clock on a Sunday. So, yeah, Lecce, let me tell you straight. Lecce, yeah, last place team in Italy. Just like Pisa, guys, we're going against the teams that are normally should be relegating from the Serie A. Bologna had a huge drop-off, obviously, this year with the results so far. Let's see if they start slowly pushing to get back into the top 7 race as they were in the previous years. But still, what are they doing this year? Yeah, they're 11th, 2 wins, 2 losses. But here's the streak that I like, guys. It's simple as that. 2 losses in a row so far in the Serie A. Without scoring a goal, and that's not going to be happening against the Lecce. I believe Bologna is going to score 1 goal. The odds right now are currently at 160, the same as Fiorentina. So yeah, that's going to be my final tip for the Serie A. Now, let's dive into your favorite league, the Premier League. So, Brentford Man United, guys, we're skipping this game. I just put it on the list because I wanted to show you the head-to-head between those two teams. I wouldn't blame you if you go for Brentford here to score over 1 goal. Look at that. The last few games, it's been BTTS every single time. And Brentford, when they play at home against Man United, always do amazing. The last 3 games, look at that. They scored 9 goals. 4-3, 1-1, and 4-0 against Man United. Will they score 1? No, in Man United, surely, but what worries me about it is it's an early game in the Premier League. Shit happens, and that's why I'm avoiding it. So click off. Now, let's do Leeds against Bournemouth. Bournemouth's been playing pretty decent as of late. Look at the last 3 results against very tough opponents. They beat Tottenham, they beat Brighton, and they drew against Newcastle. Very impressive to get 7 points. Now, Leeds, haha, they're the tricky team. This is the stat, guys. 2 consecutive games where they haven't conceded at home. I feel like Bournemouth should be getting a goal against Leeds. Like, look at that top 4 team. Tricky one. For the odds, guys, it's not too much of value that we have here. Leeds is not going to go 3 games in a row without conceding at home. So 154. This is the one. The odds are so low. So again, up to you to decide, obviously. Maybe you can throw that into a double along with somebody else, but as a single game could be a risk. But eventually also Bournemouth has to catch an L because they're playing so well. But 1 goal against Leeds when they perform so well against other teams, sure, they can get 1. Now, let's go to the next one in the Premier League, which would be I'm freestyling a bit. I have a couple of games that I like, but majority of the time I don't have much prepared except the stats and what I honestly like about the game. I just want to be honest with you. You only care about winning, and that should be the most important thing. So value your money. Think about this pick that I'm telling you, okay? Double check it. So, okay, that will be it for, oh no, we got Tottenham, okay, Wolves. By the way, this game, I was a bit undecided if we go to the Premier League between these 2 games. Let's go to the fixtures. Yeah, I was going to, Sunderland values at 245 against Nottingham. Nottingham are supposed to bounce back with the new coach, but you never know what you're getting. They just had a 2-2 game against Betis. They might be a bit tired. While Tottenham Wolves, it feels like Wolves have had the Spurs number. Let's check the last few times they met. Look at that, guys. 4-2, 2-2, 1-2 against Wolves. Look at that, guys. All we need is a goal. The value is insane. 275 for over 1. Tottenham have been really solid this year in the Premier League, except the loss to Bournemouth. Everything else, they've been playing also very solid defensively. besides also, yeah, the Brighton game. But I don't know, guys. I feel like Wolves are going to score again. So very risky game, but that's why the odds are so high. I'm going with 275 odds with Wolves over 1 goal. Once again, I want to mention over 1 means refund. Get a website that has it. I've linked it down below in the comment section on my website. You can go to my Telegram. I have a couple of websites that have the over 1 bet for every single country. And it's an OP bet. If they score 2, you win the bet. And if they don't score at all, you lose it. Now, what else? Let's go to finish up. Man, how long has this video been? I'm not going to cut it, I think. I'm just going to post it straight up. So we've got for Sunday, Aston Villa against Fulham. By the way, I'm recording this. Aston Villa is supposed to play in a few hours against Bologna. So I don't want to make a prediction. I just think, guys, it's as simple as Aston Villa needs to freaking win a game. One of the only 2 teams left that haven't won a game, which is Wolves and Aston Villa. Would be perfect for us if both of those teams win. Look at that. They only scored 1 goal in 5 games, which we caught last week. And I feel like they're going to be scoring against Fulham. Over 1 value is currently at 151. Let freaking Aston Villa get back on track. Now, for the last pick to end the video, another risky one, guys. Everton against West Ham. I should have done this for a Monday night video, but here we are. All cards on the table. Last pick, guys. What do I like here? It's Everton's streak of not conceding at home. I hate betting against Everton, but the thing is, West Ham, again, we're betting on Wolves, West Ham, and Aston Villa to score. West Ham would be the team that I leave out. I feel less confident in them. So now the odds currently at over 245. Again, insane value. Yeah, but I'm going with it as well, guys. West Ham over 1 goal to break Everton's streak of not conceding at home. So yeah, guys, these are all games. By the way, they're very tough. That's why the odds are so high. If you want to go for odds 120, 130, go to other channels or make your own accumulators, guys. But that's also risky. You never know. Huge teams can also lose points and not win games. So yeah, all I'm trying to teach you here is to bet on goals. Do whatever, just don't take outcomes of games, just goals. So yeah, guys, that will be it for me. I'm gonna be dropping the Bundesliga and the French league tomorrow for the Friday's video as the second part of this whole weekend. So I'll see you in the next one. Adios.